Hello everyone, welcome to Paperwork and Tell, where we make filling out forms and applications easy for everyone. Raheem on the mic, and I'm your host. It's the first episode of the year, so let me say welcome to 2020. I wish you all good health and success. Notice I said good health first. That's right, it's hard to enjoy everything else if your health takes a trip down south. The holidays have come and gone. It's now chop chop, back to work. Suckers. That includes moi. Time to pay off those holiday purchases. Talking about shopping, I'm still seeing some deals lingering into the second, third week of the year. Like me, you may have snagged one of them deals. Maybe a new cell phone? Nice, eh? And then some time goes by, the excitement wears off. You start looking at your new purchase, this time with logic and prudence. That great deal no longer feels great. You come to the conclusion, I don't need a new cell phone, or the data plan looks good on paper, but I'm not gonna use all that stuff. Bottom line, you want out of the deal, but there's a problem. You signed a contract. Yep, you're married to the cell phone company for 2 years. Now when you get a text message or someone calls you and you look at that new phone, you feel a weird tension around your shoulders and your neck. That's your body talking to you. Hey dum-dum, why you gonna go and do that? Do that now, why you gotta go and do that? Alright, you can stop freaking out, because in this episode, we'll be talking about how to get out of that new cell phone contract. I was so happy when I found this info myself. I was like, yes! And now, I'm gonna share it with you. Let's go online, I'll show you what I learned. So, I came across something called the wireless code, which led me to this website. First off, let's talk about who these guys are and what they do. When you look at any industry, there's usually an organization set up for checks and balances. They make the rules and regulate how players in that industry go about doing their business. This is absolutely necessary when you have multi-million-dollar companies playing in that field. The Canadian Radio, Television and Telecommunications Commission, yeah, it is a mouthful. These guys are the big dogs when it comes to regulating and supervising all to do with wireless services here in Canada. Bell, Rogers, Telus, and all the other telecom companies, they all have to follow the rules set by the commission. Alright, so now that we have an idea who these guys are, let's dig deeper into the website. In regards to our cell phone contract, let's go down, scroll all the way down to contract, cancellation, and extension. Then take a look at number 4, trial period. Guys, I recommend you read all this information, but for the sake of keeping this video moving, let me draw your attention to some key points. When a customer agrees to a contract through which they are subject to an early cancellation fee, a service provider must offer the customer a trial period lasting a minimum of 15 calendar days to enable the customer determine whether the service meets their needs. Interesting, eh? So guys, that means if you're not happy with your new cell phone situation, you can bring everything back to the store within the allowed time and condition, and the contract you signed should become void. If you're disabled, the trial period now extends from 15 calendar days to 30 calendar days, double the time. Wow, that's just music to my ears. I was under the assumption once I signed the contract, I'm locked in and obligated for the term. But like they say, you don't know what you don't know. And it's not like they offer that information at the store. Now, let's talk about who you complain to when your right as a consumer is being infringed. So for example, you bring back the cell phone and all the accessories in like new condition within the allowed time, and you're still being hassled. That's where these guys come in. The Commissioner for Complaints for Telecommunication Services. These are the guys approved by the Canadian Radio, Television and Telecommunications Commission to handle your wireless services complaints. If you find yourself in the same shoes, I hope you see this video on time to take action, get yourself out of that contract, and rest easy, my friend. Now, talking about shoes, one of my resolutions in 2019 was not to buy a single pair of shoes. And it's with pride that I can sit up and tell you I kept that resolution. I like shoes. I even take pictures of shoes when I'm contracted to. So keeping that resolution was a big deal. For 2020, I've decided it's going to be sugar. I'll be cutting back on sugar and all its cousins, nephews, the whole family. I'll give you guys an update next year. Thank you all for watching. If there's something you'd like to see me cover on the channel, let me know in the comments or send me an email. If you found this content useful and you'd like to treat me to coffee, because without coffee, none of this would have been possible, there's a link in the description on YouTube for that. Your support is always appreciated. Until next time, amigo, deuces.